People is usually ask like, what is the spiritual world? Do I believe in reincarnation, uh, afterlife? And the main thing I want everybody to know, like, yeah, I believe in the afterlife completely. And what's going on there is really alright. So it's like we like avatars, like controllers, like we playing in this game and our real body is on another realm. You feel me? So like every time we plug into this game, like the Matrix, you see every time Neo is plugged in, the holes behind his head and all that disappear and he's regular just like the regular people. So that's one of the things about the so plugging into this game is basically waking up in the physical world. You feel me? Like when you wake up, you back inside the game. But like to die inside of the physical world, inside the spiritual world, the way that you died in the physical world on this life, you'll be repeating that whole life like over and over again. Your high pieces and your main pieces of when you being in fear or disappointments and things like that. So like say if a dude who gets shot by one dude from down the corner or something, inside of the spirit world, what's going on with him basically is like he'll be keep recreating that same scenario with this dude, or even if it don't be that same person, somebody have to take on that role of being aggressive. And however he died, like just playing that when he died inside the physical world and have to replay that over and over. So it's basically like repeated cycles until like it takes somebody to have to tell you that you're dead and this and that. If you died in fear or disappointment, somebody have to tell you that you're dead for you to know, like, to get to the next stage, because there's different stages of when you die also, because you could be stuck doing that same cycle, or you can be stuck in a room full of girls and niggas doing orgies all day. You just fucking girls all day, and these souls who inside of this realm, they trying to trap you into this what you don't must leave. So you got you ain't much gotta die. You can just go to sleep inside the physical world and just fall into that realm of the orgy room, where the girls like they want you to stay in this room, come make love to us, and they all on you trying to. But these are really like unconsciously different parts of your life, like from different lives. Like you probably were just a freaky ass person, and that's all your mind was on at that time when you was living. So even this life right here, you'll have to be faced with them same. And depending on the way you died too, like how I was saying, like they try to keep you trapped on your temptations or on your lower frequency. So that's where the whole chakra pieces come that's inside your body come into part too when you think about it. Because like if you died in a state of shock, fear, disappointment, sicknesses and all that, you carry that to your next life. But then you have to make it out of the afterlife first to even be born again. So like I guess the character who played or personified Jesus inside the Bible, when he said he'll be back in 3 days, is because he know he wasn't living on these lower frequencies, so there's nothing that could hold him when he get to the afterlife. And so he could be able, like it was a time when they said before he died or something, remember they said he had to go to hell and open up the gates so that people can get out of hell. But hell, the hell realm is really you repeating these same cycles over and over and over and over again inside of the afterlife, and you keep creating these same characters to play out these same roles over and over and over that you can't get out. So that's why like when some people say like their house was haunted or this and that, the energy's still inside there, whatever. But this energy just soul is not at peace, so it's really replaying these same cycles. And the afterworld is not permanent like the physical world. The physical world not permanent either, but the afterworld, everything doesn't stay the same as the physical world. So if these things come into your dreams and all that, or trying to give you information, your house might be somewhere else, or you might be in somebody else's house, and you notice that your neighbors, it's a different people, or you live on the side of somewhere where you never that also. So that's how their world is in the afterlife. It's not permanent, so they got to keep replaying these cycles. And it's interesting because I'm finna give you a whole story about how I talked to somebody from the afterworld, or somebody visit me, relative, not a close relative, like an auntie, husband. And so it's gonna show you something. All right, so I was living with my auntie when I was young at a time, and her husband had passed away. They was already separated when he passed, but he ended up passing away or whatever. And me and him, we had some type of relationship because I was always the one. He was a pastor, and I was the one who would, like, though I was young, 10 years old, my ears was good, so I always be the one to challenge him. All right, so it was a time that my auntie husband ended up dead or whatever, like I was saying, and he come in my dream and he's like, "Oh, tell your auntie that I'm watching her, protecting her, and this and that." So my aunt, being familiar with all that Obi and stuff, because they come from the islands, she tell me to tell him that he's dead, and she tell me that's a demon and don't talk to them after that, but tell him that he's dead. I wonder why she tell me to tell him why he's dead. So the next time he come in my dream, I'm walking past one of my old schools or something, and I happen to see him, and he's calling me, but he don't know who I am. So when he called me over there and I look at him up, down, he don't look as how he was when he was in the physical. He looked more younger, like he was in his 30s or something, but he died in his 50s, so he looked way younger. He looked like he was mixed with the 90s and 80s and 70s clothes, like all the clothes he was wearing, and he had cassette radio. And so when he called me, I'm like, "Pastor, that's you?" And he go to freaking out, boom, he just disappear out of nowhere. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? So tell my auntie whatever. Next thing you know, I end up going to jail whatever. And I have a dream. He come in my dream again, and this time we didn't speak. I see him. Next thing you know, me and him go somewhere. Next thing you know, like when people say they whole life flash before their eyes, his life flashed before my eyes. Even before he became into the physical, like when he was having to choose his parents, I seen all that. I just seen from when he was in school, the fights in the bathroom that he was having with other classmates, how he picked his passion for music, when he was touring the world in not Jamaica, in Georgia, back in the days, and segregation. I seen all of that stuff that was happening in segregation in Georgia and all the places, and how he ended up in Fort Lauderdale, where he ended his life, whatever. Make it even weirder, like nobody else in the family had dreams about him, or he didn't visit no one else, and that once he knew that he died and came to that full understanding, everything changed. Because, like, you know, once you first get out your body, whatever, you'll realize you died, but then you can't talk to people, and the spiritual world be so, like, moving so fast that it feels so sorry because everybody crying about them. Then it's like they just keep that environment on that low vibration where they can't must see to get to the next level. So they like stay in hell, like they stay in the underworld, like Hades world.